Well, I already know the Pistons have 5 straight losses after losing to the Philadelphia 76ers, 116 and 102. They fall to 13 and 12. Philly goes to 19 and 9. Obviously, if you didn't know, Blake Griffin didn't play tonight, but I seen some encouraging things that the Pistons can really wire on. You're gonna have highs and lows in the season, but you got to get credit where credit is due tonight. Andre Drummond straight, dog walked Joel Embiid tonight, all right? He finally, strapped his nuts on, bossed up on Joel Embiid, 21 and 17. And I heard, I seen most of the game that Joel Embiid really didn't get none of his buckets on Andre Drummond, okay? Maybe at the end he got some buckets on in the fourth quarter or something like that. But Andre Drummond played with a lot of heart, a lot of soul tonight. He played like a leader should play. Now, is that due to Blake Griffin being out? And Blake Griffin has been phenomenal in, I think, 2 or 3 previous games against the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, straight phenomenal, straight beast mode, going cray-cray. You know what I'm saying? But also, you had Luke Kennard step up tonight as well, too. Now, Luke Kennard finally looked healthy. I think he dropped a 28-piece out there tonight. 8 rebounds, 3 assists. You're going to need that. If you get Reggie to give you the 15 and 7 assists, that's just what Reggie going to give you when he's not as aggressive as he used to. And you take that over, counterproductive aggressiveness. But if you can get Luke Kennard, give you something from the outside with Blake Griffin get back, then the Pistons are a formidable 4, 5, 6 seed in the East. Okay, very, very formidable. But the problem is, will Luke Kennard and Andre Drummond step up when Blake Griffin come back? Because the opportunities are different with Blake Griffin really being a point power forward. A lot of these dudes don't get the opportunities they got tonight, don't play with the confidence. So Dwayne Casey got to find a way for Blake Griffin to be effective while making the most of or expanding a little bit of Luke Kennard's opportunities, keeping Reggie where Reggie is at when Blake is on the floor, and expanding Andre Drummond's opportunity. Now, if Andre Drummond can give Blake Griffin that support, the Pistons don't lose to the Philadelphia Sixers not one time this year. If Luke Kennard can get the Pistons that type of support, then possibly, the Pistons have a lot better record, but he's just not getting healthy. But if he can step up like that, or similar to that with a consistent basis, and Reggie can just be Reggie as a point guard, and Blake be Blake, and Andre Drummond can be the beast that we know he can be, the Pistons are a very formidable team. But that if it's a fifth, we all be drunk. So they really need to look at possibly making some trades. I was checking out Jaylen Brown. His touches and play has been limited with the Boston Celtics because of the logjam they got at guard and swingman. Tatum, Smart, Terry Rozier, Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, and tonight Hayward and Kyrie and a few other guys didn't play. I think Jaylen Brown should be a guy the Pistons keep their eyes on to make a trade for it. Okay? That's the perfect guy you want to play for the Pistons, man. A guy that can score, a guy that can defend, a guy that can shoot. That should be the perfect player to add with Dre and Blake Griffin. I don't know what the ticket going to be on him, but today, man, I've been dogging Dre out. Rightfully so. He's been playing like a beta male. Today he played like an alpha male, and that's the energy we need. But that's been the story of Andre Drummond. His whole career is not being consistent, not playing with that, keeping that same energy from good games to game, from good to bad, from bad to good. He don't keep that same energy. He don't play with that type of fire. If Andre Drummond played with that type of motivation, the type of motor he played tonight, Andre Drummond be easily a top 5 big center in the league, man. But he don't play with that motivation. He don't always motivate. And today, Embiid can't say shit. Embiid got straight punked today, and that's what happened when Dre is motivated. But Dre is like one of those defensive linemen that, he's a guy with a questionable motor, but when his motor started, he's hard to stop. He got unlimited potential, but the games are too far in between. It's another game where Piston fans going to be like, see, this the Dre we talking about, but does this Dre show up on a regular basis? Is his is that the craftsmanship we're going to get on the court all the time? No, and I don't think Dre is ever going to turn the corner to be the consistent beast he was tonight on a night-to-night basis. He's still young, 24, 25, but we said that shit about Stafford. Oh, yeah, Stafford's just 22 years old. Well, Stafford's just 25 years old. Well, Stafford's just 26 years old. Now Stafford is 30 years old, 10 years in, and the same shit we said about his potential, it's the same shit we said 10 years ago. It's the same thing we stand right now. And I don't want Andre Drummond to fall in that category. You know what I'm saying? But tonight, I get credit where credit is due. A lot of people say, you a hater, this and that. you know how I feel. It is what it is, man. I just call it how I see him. You know, instead of keeping that negative energy towards me for telling the truth, turn that negative energy towards Andre Drummond and tell him to summon a fucking consistent spirit bomb where he can be consistent on night to night like this. But Mercy Sports, so don't forget me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, reach out to me in the email. Appreciate everybody for checking in one time. For the one time, your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what the business is. We gone.